Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thanks for joining us on today's edition of the English Newscast on Info Television. Our headlines. In search of lasting solutions to land disputes in Cameroon, the Cameroon Land Association has convened in Douala for the second symposium on land issues. And in this newscast, we shall talk as a society where periods are often covered in silence. Women speak out about the often deliberating pain that accompanies menstruation. We shall look at all of that in the course of this newscast. Welcome back. The Cameroonian Land Association has met in Douala for the second symposium on land issues. The aim is to discuss lasting solutions to land disputes in Cameroon as it continues to fuel high tensions in the country. Jessica Ndiwum tells us more.
Legitimacy, competence, and power, an explosive trio at the heart of land governance, was hinged under the central theme of Act 2 of a colloquium focused on the challenges facing land ownership in Cameroon. Speaking to the press in Douala, the organizers explained that the initiative led by the Cameroon Land Association seeks to examine the legitimacy of land actors, the competence of institutions, and how power is exercised in land management. The goal was to propose lasting solutions to land-related crises across the country, especially in Douala.
Droit à la terre devient un terrain de lutte.
Land governance has become a battlefield that calls for reflection, debate, and re-examination of our systems, practices, and norms. This meeting seeks to ease these tensions by promoting more coherent, balanced, inclusive, and peaceful governance. We want to analyze the foundations of the legitimacy of various actors involved, examine the respective roles and competencies of institutions and private stakeholders in land procedures, and study the power dynamics that influence practices and decision-making in land matters. When the balance between landowners and land acquirers is broken, conflicts multiply, decisions lose credibility, and social peace is undermined.
Foncier, ce mot trop souvent prononcé dans la douleur.
Foncier, a word too often spoken with pain, misunderstanding or anger. A word that should rhyme with development, stability and prosperity now echoes with tension, disputes, and sometimes even confrontation. Foncier is at the heart of many urban pressures. Spoliation, theft, illegal occupations, forced evictions, contested administrative decisions, and sometimes even armed interventions. In Cameroon, a significant majority of administrative cases are linked to land ownership.
Justice foncière.
Justice for landowners is fundamental, including the protection of their rights. I believe it is time to establish at the legal and penal level clear protections for landowners. The Land Symposium, scheduled to take place from April 22nd to April 25, 2026 in Douala, brought together experts and a diverse audience to clarify differing perspectives on land ownership. The discussions aimed to strengthen coherence between legitimacy, competence, and power, reduce land-related conflicts, and formulate concrete recommendations for fairer and more effective land governance.
The Bambis Bilingual College at Ahala in Yaoundé has gained international status. The revelation was made during a press conference organized by the secondary and high school at their school campus this January 29, 2026. Roger Snow attended the ceremony and now reports.
It is the breaking of a new dawn at Bambis International Bilingual College, with the school becoming an international institution. In practical terms, the school has upgraded its curriculum to meet international standards, notably the inclusion of self-development and entrepreneurship studies.
Notre établissement s'ouvre résolument à l'international.
Our institution is resolutely opening up to the international scene. Internationalization of its programs, teaching methods and partners. This dynamic is the result of structured collaborations with national and international educational private partners, which will enable us to offer our students training aligned with international standards while remaining faithful to our values and local roots. This is not a change in administrative status, but rather a strategic and pedagogical choice guided by our ambition to prepare our students to thrive in an increasingly open and demanding world.
With regards to extracurricular activities, Bambis is the only school in Cameroon to introduce a golfing program for its students. The students get a chance during their weekly golf sessions to practice their swing under the guidance of coach. This, the school believes, helps instill in the kids values like resilience, determination, focus, and patience. Bambis, in partnership with a consortium of local companies, will also be providing full tuition scholarships for 500 to 1,000 students. The scholarship will go operational next academic year, and beneficiaries will be selected from a test to be organized by the school. A partnership agreement to that effect was signed by the school's authorities and representatives of the consortium at the press briefing.
Every young person that wants to be educated is eligible for the scholarship. All you have to do is communicate on how to register to be eligible, of course, where to drop your documents, and of course communicate the dates for the exams. We must understand that this is not just another organization that is trying to educate youths or sponsor people. We are really trying to change the whole narrative. Education is beyond the classroom, and that's why we are not just going to focus on school, but extracurricular activities that include sports, personal development, entrepreneurship skills, personal development. So it's at this early stage that we start preparing these kids, not in the university.
The college has also signed conventions with several foreign universities in countries like China, India, and Morocco for the direct admission of Bambis graduates and to their institutions. The school and its partners intend to increase the numbers of scholarships and partner universities in the near future.
Cameroon's Minister of Scientific Research and Innovation, Dr. Madeleine Chuinte, has reaffirmed her commitment to achieve the head of state's policies for her ministry. The affirmation was made during the New Year's wish ceremony at the esplanade of the ministry on January 28, 2026. Roger Snoom once more.
Minister Chuinte declared her firm determination to ensure that her ministry achieves the goals assigned to it by the President of the Republic. The minister also expressed her gratitude to her subordinates and partners who would work with her to accomplish the ministry's achievements in 2025. I affirm my commitment to provide unwavering and unshakable support for the implementation of his political program under this new mandate of greatness and hope, focused on the economic, political, and cultural empowerment of youth and women. I would also like to inform the President that all research stakeholders are already mobilized to contribute concretely to the implementation of his policy.
Concrète à la mise en place de sa politique.
The minister once more assured researchers of the availability of funding for their research works. This year, the ministry will be prioritizing female researchers in line with the head of state's promise to the youth and women for his current mandate.
Elle prend ici l'engagement.
This year, the ministry will be patronizing funding for female researchers in all of their work. To the research family as a whole, the minister hereby commits at the start of this year 2026 to provide you with unreserved support for the resounding success of the initiatives you will undertake. She also wishes to reassure you of her determination to accompany you with particular zeal, a guarantee of new victories.
As Minister of Research and Scientific Innovation, Dr. Twente is an important stakeholder in government policy as the government repeatedly emphasizes on import substitution and food security. The event was attended by the staff of her ministry, partners, family members, and well-wishers.
In something else, a 40 billion CFA francs investment aimed at transforming Cameroon's cocoa sector has been carried out. A working visit has been carried out by the Minister of Trade, Luc Magloire Mbarga Atangana, to SAS Manta Cocoa Processing Factory in Obala. Phillips Enchi with more highlights.
2 years after the laying of the foundation stone of the SAS Manta Cocoa Transformation Factory, the Minister of Trade, Luc Magloire Mbarga Atangana, accompanied by the Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Gabriel Mbairobe, pays a working visit to the site on January 28, 2026 to evaluate the advancement of the project in the Nkolmelen locality, Obala subdivision, Lekye Division Center region. The factory, resting on a surface area of 300,000 square meters, still under construction, consists of a rectangular duct for air extraction, fresh air supply made of galvanized steel sheet, and more. The 40 billion francs CFA project is expected to produce its first consignment of made in Cameroon red chocolate in 2 months. With the growing demand for red chocolate on the international market, the plant stands as a concrete illustration of Cameroon's drive for import substitution, leveraging the country's rich cocoa quality and production capacity.
We
are going to produce high-quality red chocolate, a quality of chocolate that will be sold all over the world. And our objective is that this made in Cameroon chocolate should be found on the most prestigious tables in the world. Also, in this area, there is a good and reliable cocoa basin. So we are going to produce the best bars of chocolate thanks to the quality of cocoa production in this area. The red chocolate to be produced at the plant is expected to significantly contribute to the country's economic transformation in the coming months. The cocoa processing facility also aligns with President Paul Biya's 2020-2030 National Development Strategy.
It's marvelous the job who has been done on the field. Just after 2 years, the plant is there. The plant I hope that we will be able to see the first product coming from that plant in the next few weeks. When I say product, it means chocolate, fine chocolate from Cameroon, made in Cameroon. Chocolate we will be consumed anywhere in the world. Full trust with the promoter. I said that he will produce the best chocolate in the world. It means that our economy is going ahead, is moving for a bright future.
During the visit, the minister encourages youth to remain in farming and invest in agriculture, notably cocoa production, while relying on government support policies.
Young people, yes, they can trust on the government. We are working for them. We are working to give sense to the decentralization policy led by the head of state. We are calling to the youth to come back in the village and to work in the village. The future is for Cameroon, the future is for our youth.
As part of its corporate social responsibility, SAS Manta is set to inaugurate a borehole in the locality in the coming days, providing potable drinking water to 3,000 students and staff. The company also plans to support the installation of electricity and fund individual projects in health, education, and entrepreneurship. As construction continues on the site, SAS Manta is expected to present its first chocolate production to the public in the coming weeks.
And on to religion, the Christian Women's Association of Églises Presbyteriennes Camerounaises, BMAC Emmanuel Parish in Yaoundé, gathered for their first quarterly conference for the 2025-2026 ecclesiastical year. The conference is holding from January 28 to January 31, 2026, as you tell us, Jessica Ndiou.
The L'Église Presbyterienne Camerounaise BMAC Emmanuel Parish came alive as members from all 4 chapters gathered, filling the church premises with energy and excitement. Immaculate signaling lit up the premises, while the rhythmic beats of drums added magic to the vibrant dance steps, reflecting the joy and unity of the members. The first quarterly conference officially kicked off under the theme Christian Women's Association and Fulfillment Through Work. The parish president, Lucien Deco, raised the flag, marking the formal opening of the event and setting the tone for 4 days of reflection, evaluation, and fellowship. The gathering provided a platform for members to evaluate the progress of activities across the 5 chapters, identify successes, and address challenges in promoting spiritual growth and Christian values.
For us now, we sit to evaluate how far we have gone within our objectives. If there is anything to correct, we do it before we continue. Within this moment, and until we end it in 4 days.
The event also highlighted the role of women in the church, emphasizing how their dedication and work contribute to both personal fulfillment and the development of the parish community.
And to assure that all the 4 chapters found in our midst move alongside with our main objectives and that they follow our vision. We've said from the beginning that we want to become authentic, that is, having the Bible scriptures as the main the platform of our service.
As the conference continues, participants remain committed to fostering unity, spiritual growth, and active engagement in the life of the church. With energy, devotion, and collaboration, the L'Église Presbyterienne Camerounaise BMAC Emmanuel Parish once again demonstrates the vibrant role of women and educators in advancing the mission of the Presbyterian Church.
And on to this other information, the Minister of Public Service and Administrative Reform, Joseph Le, has chaired a conference this January 29, 2026, focusing on Aigle and artificial intelligence, improving prospects for the modernization of the Cameroonian public service. The meeting brought together officials from central services of the ministry. The 2-day conference is exploring the theme, Aigle, 1 year in service of the Cameroonian public administration in the context of raising artificial intelligence, evaluation, and perspectives. These and more shall be yours in our subsequent editions. And as you heard in one of our lead stories, in a society where periods are often covered in silence, women speak out. Women don't mostly speak out about the pain they feel during their periods. From severe cramps to mood swings, and symptoms equally vary. In the following report, a health expert talks about how it manifests and possible solutions of menstrual pain. Let's watch.
Menstrual pain is a highly prevalent issue among women, with a study showing that over 56% of women of childbearing age suffer from it, with 73.25% reporting that it disrupts their daily activities. Health experts give a clearer picture of menstrual pain and how it manifests.
En médecine, les règles douloureuses sont communément appelées des dysménorrhées. Ce sont des douleurs que toute jeune femme
In medicine, painful periods are commonly called dysmenorrhea. These are pains young women experience during menstruation. There is primary and secondary dysmenorrhea. Primary dysmenorrhea is super common in teens, like 90% of cases, and is mostly caused by substances the uterus produces during periods, namely prostaglandins. Despite its impact, menstrual pain is often dismissed and normalized, leading to many women suffering in silence. However, medical experts advise on best ways to reduce or avoid it.
Concernant le traitement, il est à noter que les dysménorrhées ne sont pas traitables. Alors, on peut juste essayer de...
Regarding treatment, it's noted that dysmenorrhea isn't curable. We just try to ease the pain for patients' comfort. And to calm this pain, we prefer specific anti-inflammatories like mefenamic acid. Regarding advice for young teens and women with menstrual pain, I would say it's only concerning if the pain is disabling.
Inquiétant lorsque les douleurs sont invalidantes.
Despite its prevalence, menstrual pain still remains a major health issue to many women.
And out of Cameroon, from Niger to Mozambique and Senegal, different stories are making news around the world. Jessica and Diwum focused on these nations and compiled the following reports.
Heavy gunfire and explosions broke out early this Thursday near Niamey's International Airport, shattering the night calm before subsidizing hours later. Residents reported that flashes of light streaking across the sky, deafening blasts, towering flames, and charred vehicles. The shooting began shortly after midnight and ended about 2 hours later. The cause of the incidents remains unclear. Niger, a country frequently hit by security threats. Meanwhile, in Mozambique, search and rescue operations are ongoing after weeks of heavy rainfall triggered severe flooding across the country. Vast areas of farmland, homes, and critical infrastructure have been submerged. Authorities say at least 103 people have died, while 650,000 have been displaced. 8 groups warn of a growing risk of cholera and other waterborne diseases in overcrowded displacement camps, sheltering nearly 100,000 people. The floods, worsened by human-driven climate change, have also devastated parts of southern Africa, leaving more than 100 dead and hundreds of thousands displaced across the region. And in sports, Senegal and Morocco are facing heavy sanctions from the Confederation of African Football following chaotic scenes at the 2025 African